morning, travellers. This is Shirley Ann from the Travellers Ukulele Gig Guide podcast, where we talk to people about travel and ukulele. Aloha. Today, it is my pleasure to speak and introduce to you my friend, Catherine. Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Shirley Ann.
How are you?
Good.
That's really good. Catherine, I'm loving that lovely little tropical outlook behind you. It looks quite lush.
It is. We're on Morea in French Polynesia.
Morea Island in French Polynesia.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Is that where you live?
No, we're on holiday.
Ah, fantastic. Well, it sounds pretty exotic. Where do you live, Catherine?
We live in Keri Keri in New Zealand, Northland, New Zealand.
Fantastic. Is the weather tropical there or not?
Yes, it's subtropical. So we do get winter, but it doesn't get below freezing. And we have bananas in our garden.
Oh, that's great. You can always survive on a lovely bunch of bananas.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. Look, I can't help wondering, you're living in Keri Keri, but you're in French Polynesia. Do you need assistance with the language there? Because I think they speak French out there, don't they?
No, well, we don't have any problems because my husband and I are French.
Yeah. Well, that's lovely.
And we've been coming quite a few times. And so we're picking up a few words of Tahitian, which is very similar to the Maori language in New Zealand.
Yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? The language is like a thread that goes through across the South Pacific or Polynesian, the Niuean, Samoans, Rarotongas, Cook Islanders. That's where my mother came from. There's a thread of the same vowels and some of the same words in the language. Well, that's good. It's good that you can understand people, and you have been coming back to Tahiti to holiday for a little while. Is this your first or second?
Oh, about the fifth or sixth time we've been here.
Fantastic. Oh, it looks like it's raining a little bit out the back.
It is raining.
Okay. Is it cold rain?
No, it isn't cold, and the water is actually warmer when it rains than in the sea than when it's not raining. So
fantastic. Okay, so you're a French national. You're born in France, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And your husband as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And both of us are also New Zealand citizens.
Wonderful. So you met in France, and you've travelled the world, and now you live in New Zealand.
Exactly.
Yeah, fantastic. Keri Keri is in Northland, as you mentioned, at the top of the island. What is the country, the North Island? What is the ukulele scene like in Keri Keri?
Well, in Keri Keri, we have a ukulele club that was started in 2015. So that was just at the beginning when I was playing the ukulele. And I did lead the club for 3 years, but we've kind of taken turns. So now it's a committee that's leading the club.
Are there many ukulele players in Keri Keri? It's quite a small group.
Well,
is it?
At the meetings, there are about 30 that show up, but we have about 80 on the email list.
Great.
And we have 2 meetings. One of them is a Sunday strum, so it's in the afternoon on a Sunday. And the other one is club night, so once a month for both of those.
Okay, great. Travellers, just a little check-in here. If you're in New Zealand and you're going around the country and you're going to the top of the North Island to Keri Keri, you might want to reach out to the local community and join in the monthly Sunday strum or the monthly group strum with other Kiwi Keri Kerians. I don't even know. I don't think that's a word.
Well, you can always put out a message if you're a part of the New Zealand Ukulele Network. You can always put out a message saying you're coming, and we'll get you in contact with the clubs where you're going. Just be aware that during our summertime, a lot of clubs aren't aren't going on. You know, they've stopped for the summer, so they usually pick up at the end of February or in March.
Okay, then we're just going to. So, travellers, if you're travelling around New Zealand and you get to Northland, to the top of the country, you might like to see if you can reach out to community and join in the Sunday strum or the monthly strum. Isn't that right, Catherine? Is there any other way that we can find out what's happening on the ukulele scene in New Zealand?
Yes, if you look on Facebook, we have a New Zealand ukulele network. It's NZUN, and I'm one of the administrators, and we accept people to come and join the network. And we have a list of the clubs there. And also, you can always ask the question or say you're going to be in New Zealand at a certain time in a certain place, and we can always hook you up with people.
Oh, that's fantastic. How many clubs are there? Would you know offhand how many clubs there are around New Zealand?
I have no idea because some of them are not even on our network.
No, of course.
But I'd say we've got maybe close to 50 of them on the network.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, I'm not being competitive at all, but travellers, the ukulele gig guide, we have a national club list, and at the moment it's a new sort of venture, and we've just started it in the past few months, and it's been enabled by the fact that people around the country are starting to feed in to the Facebook group, and they're asking the questions similar to you, Catherine. They're asking what's happening and where can we meet. So currently our club list, I think, is 120 clubs, and that must be around the country, around the states and territories, and that's a drop in the ocean, I think, to what is actually out there. But it all does take quite a lot of time, doesn't it, to put it all together. So you've been an administrator on that group for how many years, Catherine?
Oh, probably about 7 years, I'd say.
Wow, that's a long time. And it might be somewhere around the length of time that I've known you. How did we meet?
Yeah, it could be. Well, if you remember, Shirley, we were taking a bus from Christchurch to Geraldine, New Zealand.
Yes.
Why would somebody go to Geraldine in the middle of the winter, you ask?
It was so cold.
It was about -4, I think.
It was
But we were going to the Geraldine Ukulele Festival.
a wonderful event.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so we went on. Oh, yes, because I was going there for the very first time to play in the festival. I think I'd put my name down. It was my first festival. So I traveled over from Australia and got to Christchurch and put myself on a bus and chugged on out to Geraldine. Ooh,
Exactly.
yes.
And we had lovely sunshine, didn't we?
We did have some sunshine. And were we sitting together?
Yep, we sat together on the bus.
And that's how we met. Isn't that wonderful? We
Exactly.
were traveling. We were traveling with our ukuleles to a ukulele festival in the freezing cold on a bus in New Zealand 7 or 8 years ago. That was wonderful. The bus driver made us sing a song, didn't he, Catherine?
Exactly.
I can't remember what it was, but it would have been something.
Exactly.
I think I sang one song just to shut him up. Wonderful. Catherine, do you travel the country and attend a lot of ukulele events?
Yeah, I try to attend quite a few. You and I saw each other last year at Te Anau, which was quite a bit of an adventure to get there as
Oh, look,
well, because it
honestly,
was
Catherine, because you live at the top of the island and you couldn't get any further away from Keri
in
Keri.
New Zealand anyway.
It's right at the bottom of the South
Yeah.
Island. Hmm.
Mm. So it was, I actually took the plane twice because we were turned around because of the snow. Had to go back up to Auckland and then come back down the next day.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
No,
Oh,
it wasn't terrible. It was worthwhile, and it makes, it makes for good stories.
it does make for very good stories. Yeah, that's wonderful. There are other ukulele festivals in New Zealand, aren't there? There's
Yes.
what festivals have you been to?
Well, actually, a Geraldine Festival isn't going on anymore.
Mm.
So there's no longer the Geraldine Festival. There's a festival every 2 years in Warkworth. Um, there, there's Paul Johnson, who has his four-string festival that's really worthwhile because we get to play with people with other instruments besides the ukulele.
Oh,
So that's a lot of fun. Yeah.
yes.
Um, Karen has a festival down in on the Nelson Lakes, which is called the Plinkers. It's not a festival, Plinkers.
Band camp.
Yeah, band camp. That's it. And I was supposed to go this year, but unfortunately had problems with my plane, so couldn't get there. So
Did they cancel your flight?
no, they put it out something like 4 hours, and so I wouldn't have got there in time to get a ride to the Nelson Lakes. So
That's a shame. I think I'll come to band camp next year. So maybe we'll go together and we'll arrive
oh, that sounds like a plan.
and we'll get a car and we'll travel along to band.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Sound like fun, doesn't it? Well done.
Yep,
Um, Kaikoura, there's a festival down there that happens.
exactly. I don't know. I'm not sure it's still going on. I haven't heard anything lately.
Ah,
There was also a great festival in Opatiki, but
mm.
they have stopped doing the festival. But I think they're considering doing it again, hopefully.
Is that all Portiki in on the
Opatiki,
interest?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, so travelers, just a little check in here about New Zealand. If you are traveling the country, you can go onto the Facebook group, the New Zealand Ukulele Network, ask a question, look at the list or the directory of clubs and see what's happening. Some of the festivals are still their regular events are Paul Johnson's Four String Festival. Karen Brown and the Plinkers of Nelson have band camp once a year. Te Anau Festival is also going to be happening next year in 2024. It's a biannual event, and that seems wise because festivals are very, very big things, aren't they? So
Yeah, they
if
are.
you're an administrator of a festival, it's quite a dedicated work.
It is.
Um, now, you're in, how do you pronounce the island name? Moorea?
Moorea.
Moorea.
Moorea. Yeah.
Moorea. French Polynesia. What's the ukulele scene doing out there, Catherine?
Oh my gosh. Well, as soon as you land in Tahiti, you have a ukulele orchestra playing that welcomes you into the airport.
Oh,
First thing.
lovely.
And, here on Moorea, at the hotel that we're staying at, they have a couple of evenings where they present Polynesian dance. And on Saturday, they'll have a ukulele group with them to play the music for the dancers, which will be really nice. Looking forward to that.
Fantastic. That sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
You travel a little bit around the world, you, Catherine. And
Exactly.
I understand, speaking about travel and festivals, I understand recently, within the last quarter, you were overseas. Where were you, my friend?
So my husband and I went back to France for extended period, and I made sure that I was there long enough to also go up to England to the Grand Northern Ukulele Festival.
Mm, fantastic.
So I'm on online on the Facebook. I've followed quite a few different groups in different countries, and so I was also in contact with the people in France. And so I went to an open mic in Paris and caught up with a couple of people that I knew already. And then I also got invited to come to a regular strum in a restaurant that takes place in another part of Paris, which was a lot of fun.
Wow, fantastic. And did you sing a song in Paris or in the open mic?
Yes, I did.
What song did you sing?
Well, surely, Anne, you know that I've got quite a bit of stage fright. So I sang a song that I knew by heart, which was La Vie en Rose. And I asked everybody to sing along with me, which helps a lot with stage fright. So everybody in the audience was singing with me on that.
That's fantastic. And I saw the video, Catherine, and it was lovely because finally everybody could pronounce it properly. And you had a whole
Exactly.
people singing L'Ambiance properly. So that was fantastic. Well done.
What was really fun too, Shirley, was that most of them had picked songs in English to sing, even though they're French. They sang English songs, and they did it pretty well too.
Yeah,
So
fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, my friend, what is the big ukulele dream for you?
I don't know, just to continue because I love playing. I play every day, and I find that the fact that I play every day helps me to advance, which is good. I've been playing for 8 years now,
Mm.
and I believe in the muscle memory, which is to try to play without music. So I learn songs by heart.
Mm.
So my dream is just to continue and to progress. And my big dream is kind of trying to be able to play gypsy jazz
All right.
because my husband is a guitarist
Oh,
and he
great.
plays gypsy jazz. And so I'd really like to be able to play with him. So
Oh,
one
fabulous.
of these days I'll get there.
It's fantastic. And certainly, if you are practicing every day, you definitely will.
Hopefully.
Yes, that's very good. My friend, I think we have just about finished our conversation for today. Um, how long are you in for Tahiti for?
We're here until the 25th of September.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then back home to New Zealand.
Back home. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. Well, if you ever come over to Australia, there's quite a bit of music happening over here. Will you be going to the Four String Festival this year?
Yes, I will.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we would be interested in hearing how you go down there, and
Mm-hmm.
also seeing a photo. So I'll be following your Facebook to see some delicious photos of yourself. Catherine, on behalf of the travellers, I want to just extend a little invitation to you that if you have any of your friends that you meet along the way that have stories of travel and ukulele that might want to speak to the travellers via this medium for the Travellers Ukulele Gig Guide podcast, please reach out to me or get them to reach out to me. Now, my friend, thank you very much. Are you on the Travelers Ukulele Gig Guide? I think you are.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, that's right. So if you
I'm still planning to come over there.
Yes. Well, you need to, and let's stay in touch with that. There's a few northern festivals coming up next year, and I'll let you know in good notice.
Thank you, Shirley.
Catherine, it was lovely to talk to you today and to hear some of your tales of travel and your journey with ukulele music. All the very best with your dream of becoming a gypsy jazzist. Is that a word? I think it is. And continue. Manouche. Okay. And we wish you safe travels home and lots more fun in the future with your ukulele.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Shirley. Hope to see you soon.
Oh, yes.
Au revoir.
I love to see you soon. So.
Matewa.
Matewa. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that's that.
Thanks for listening, travellers. Don't forget to subscribe, follow or click notifications on your preferred platform so you don't miss a yarn. We're posting a new episode every Wednesday morning because it's a great hump day, pick-me-up kind of a podcast. Thanks for listening. This is Shirley Ann. Aloha.